Welcome to Check This Out, podcast for kids.
And they're grownups, where we explore people, places, ponderings, and past moments from history that shape the world around us. My name is Amy Contreras.
And I'm Cece.
Welcome to our 4th episode in the series on the 7 natural wonders of the world. Last week, we talked all about
the harbor of Rio de Janeiro.
Yes. Now, Cece, do you remember the other name for the harbor of Rio de Janeiro? Is it A, Sugarloaf Bay, B, Guanabara Bay, or C, Brazil Bay?
I think it's B.
Nice work, Cece. If you said B, Guanabara Bay, you're correct. We learned so many cool things last week about the harbor of Rio de Janeiro, like how it's the largest natural bay in the world, how it was encountered for the first time by European settlers when the Portuguese stumbled upon it in 1502. I personally loved all the legends and myth about the islands in the bay as well.
Me too.
If you didn't get a chance to listen to that episode yet, you should check it out, right, Cece?
Yeah!
Today is our 4th episode on the Natural Wonders of the World series. So far, we've done episodes on the Grand Canyon, Mount Everest, and the harbor of Rio de Janeiro. Now, we're going to do an episode on the Paricutin Volcano in Mexico. Before I started researching the 7 natural wonders, I didn't know much about this one at all. I'm so excited to share its story and its importance with all of you.
I'm excited to learn more.
But remember to keep tuning in and making sure to subscribe, because after today's episode, we still get to go on to talk about the Great Barrier Reef, the Aurora Borealis, and Victoria Falls as we wrap up our series on the 7 natural wonders of the world. It's kind of like we're going on little adventures all over the world learning together.
I love learning.
Me too, Cece. But for right now, would you like to get into this natural wonder of the world and talk about the Paricutin Volcano?
Let's get started.
Paricutin Volcano is the first volcano whose eruption was observed in detail by modern scientists. The historical record of the volcano is exceptional because its entire activity was documented in real time by a group of international scientists.
Oh, that's important.
Yes. The Paricutin Volcano is 80 years old. The volcano consists of a really huge cone or tip. It's 424 meters high, and it has a 25 square kilometer lava flow field that formed around it that took place during a 9-year eruption period from when Paricutin was born in 1943 to when it stopped erupting in 1952. The volcano is located in the Mexican state of Michoacan, close to what is now a lava-covered village that was once Paricutin. It is part of the Michoacan, Guanajuato volcanic field, which covers much of west central Mexico.
I had no idea.
When the Paricutin volcano started erupting in 1943, the evolution of the volcano was divided into stages. Let's break down this major event and the eruption of Paricutin volcano because there are distinct phases that happened along the way.
Here's a quick overview.
Phase 1 was the initial eruption. After the ground cracked open in 1943 and was witnessed by a local farmer and his family, a small volcanic cone began to form. Steam and ash were coming out of this, and lava started to flow from the vent. The eruption initially produced some small explosions and ash columns. Phase number 2 was the growth of the cone, or what we think of as the volcano. Over the following days and weeks, the volcanic cone grew really fast because lava was continuing to flow, which built up the cone's height. The cone grew at an average rate of about 7 meters or 23 feet a day during the first year. Phase 3 of Paricutin volcano was the explosive activity. As the eruption progressed, there were periods of huge explosive activity. So explosions sent ash and rocks and volcanic bombs high into the air. Some of these explosive events resulted in fast-moving currents of hot gas, ash, and rocks that can be really dangerous. Phase 4, or stage 4, was also lava flows. So Paricutin's eruption produced tons of lava flows that spread all across the surrounding countryside. Keep in mind, Paricutin was formed in the middle of a cornfield. So these lava flows were covering all these fields that farmers were working on. The lava also destroyed several nearby villages, burying them under thick layers of volcanic materials.
How sad.
And then the fifth phase was that there were all these changes in the landscape that surrounded the Paricutin volcano because the eruption dramatically transformed the landscape. The cone, or the actual volcano-looking portion of the Paricutin volcano, reached a final height of around 410 meters, which is 1,345 feet that rose up above the terrain. It was never there before 1943 when the volcano started erupting. The eruption also created a deep crater at the summit of the cone.
Whoa, no way.
Paricutin had at least 23 distinct lava flows while it was active, and the volcano grew in height over 305 meters in its first year of erupting, which is a lot. So think about this. There was nothing there before, and then it started erupting, and then there's this huge mountain of a volcano in the middle of a cornfield. Kind of crazy. Cece, why do you think the volcano grew so much in its first year? A, because volcanoes are like kids and they grow when they are born. B, the ash and lava piled up, which resulted in the growth of the volcano. Or C, the tectonic plates underneath the volcano pushed it together, shoving the volcano higher and higher.
I think it's B.
If you said B, you're right. Although tectonic plates do play a role in the volcano, the reason the Paricutin volcano grew so fast was due to a combination of factors, but mainly it was the frequent and forceful eruptions of that ash and lava. The erupted material built up and around the vent of the volcano, which formed that large cinder cone.
Fair enough.
Something that's also crazy about the Paricutin volcano is that the winds in the area spread the ash from the volcano all over the place. Some ash was reported as far away as Mexico City, which is almost 300 kilometers eastward from where the volcano erupted. So it's really far.
That's a big deal.
Yeah, but do you want to know something crazy, Cece?
Tell me everything.
Paricutin volcano emerged in the middle of a cornfield. There was nothing there before. Leading up to the explosion of the volcano, the area surrounding what would eventually become the Paricutin volcano had been experiencing small earthquakes for a couple of weeks. But in 1943, all of a sudden, it just emerged out of nowhere. And when it emerged, the volcano really surprised locals and scientists. But because of its sudden appearance, it provided this really unique opportunity to observe the complete life cycle of a cinder cone volcano. As I mentioned, the volcano rose to an incredibly big height of 424 meters after 9 years of nonstop erupting. The Paricutin volcano buried villages and farmland underneath all of its lava and ash.
My mind is blown.
And as I mentioned earlier, Paricutin is part of that Miojuan, Guanajuato volcanic village, and it's part of the larger Trans-Mexican volcanic belt. This is a highly active volcanic region that stretches across central Mexico. This volcanic field is right along where the Pacific Ring of Fire exists, which is another famous zone that's known for its tectonic activity and frequent volcanic eruptions.
I want to check out more about that.
You should, Cece. The Ring of Fire is cool. The Paricutin eruption lasted 9 years, from 1943 to 1952. And throughout the course of the eruption, the lava flows and ash unfortunately meant that the people who lived in and around the area had to abandon their homes and farms. The ash and lava actually buried several villages, including the original village of Paricutin. The lava destroyed homes, churches, and agricultural fields. It ultimately displaced entire communities, and it really altered the local economy.
I can't believe that happened.
Today, the Paricutin volcano is dormant. It's no longer actively exploding or shooting lava out. And it's become a tourist attraction. People can hike up the volcano, explore the lava fields, and even visit some of the half-buried towns that are around the volcano.
That sounds fun.
Now let's see what you remember about Paricutin volcano and this natural wonder of the world. Question number 1. Paricutin volcano was born in a field. What type of field? A, corn, B, wheat, C, agave. If you said A cornfield, you're correct. How long did the Paricutin volcano stay active?
A.
5 years.
B.
7 years.
C.
9 years.
Mama, can I guess? C.
If you said C, 9 years, you're right. Paricutin volcano was active from 1943 to 1952.
Question number 3.
There's a town that was buried by the lava from the eruption where people can still visit today. What is the name of this town? If you said Paricutin, you're right. There are some other villages as well, but Paricutin was the original village that was named for the volcano. And last question. What is unique about this volcano? A, that it's in Mexico. B, it was the first time scientists were able to witness the full life cycle of a volcano. Or C, the amount of lava that came out of the volcano. If you said B, you're correct. This was the first time in modern scientific history that scientists were able to witness and study the birth, life, and death of a volcano and study it closely all along the way.
Great work, everyone.
Well, I had fun listening with you as we talked about another natural wonder of the world. Cece, now that we know all about Paricutin, can you help us recap all 7 natural wonders of the world?
Sure, Mama.
Okay, hit it.
The Grand Canyon, Mount Everest, the harbor of Rio de Janeiro, Paricutin Volcano, Aurora Borealis, the Great Barrier Reef, Victoria Falls.
Nice, Cece, thanks. Join us next week as we continue our exploration of these amazing places around the world. And before we let you go,
we wrote you a poem.
In a quiet cornfield, one sunny day, something strange happened. What a surprise. A little bump popped up from below. A volcano appeared with a fiery glow. It wasn't long before it began to grow and erupt as only a volcano can. For 9 wild years, it roared and spewed lava and ash like fire's own food. It reached 424 meters high, a mountain of fire in the bright blue sky. 23 lava flows spread ash far and wide, covering villages with ash. The volcano showed us something new. Scientists watched to learn and to view. It was the first time to be seen from birth, exploding in Mexico's volcanic earth. Born in a cornfield, it changed the scene. Buried town and farmland in ash so mean. But for now it's quiet, resting well, a spot for explorers to hike and tell. If you visit Paricutin in Mexico's land, look for the volcano tall and grand. A wonder born in a field of corn, a fiery storm from sunrise to dawn. Thank you for listening to another episode of Check This Out. We use verified sources when creating episodes for you.
Our sources are
Encyclopedia Britannica, 7naturalwonders.org, geoheritage.org, and Science Direct.
Thanks for listening. See you next episode. Don't forget to subscribe.